We are back. Real Housewives of Atlanta, we're going to discuss. And thank you all for, again, watching, subscribing. Keep this subscribing coming, the comments coming, the engagement coming. Okay? We love to chime in too when you comment. So don't forget to hit that like button.
Subscribe and comment.
Yes. So let's jump right into it. Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Mm-hmm. First scene, hit it.
Continuing from the last episode, they're still at the restaurant. This is where Sheree basically confronts or responds to Drew and says to her, like, are you going to apologize? Like, whatever. They kind of like drag it out of Drew to apologize.
Yeah, and she does. And it was like a nonstop dragging about the same thing with Drew. And it was kind of like, hey, we move on to the next topic. I was like, oh my God. Then they brought up again about what the assistant said. And the assistant said her husband was gay. And I was just like, oh my God. But Drew doesn't like to take accountability. And I think that's what they were all saying. She doesn't seem like the type that I like to admit when she's wrong. But at that particular time, she did. I love the way that Kandi took accountability when Marlo said, I think it was Marlo. No, Sheree said something to her. Like, well, Kandi, it's your, you didn't tell me what's going on. She's like, I didn't. So I think I like the fact that she took accountability right away. She wasn't like, oh, I did.
And there was I love that too, because I hate when you try to tell them how you wronged me, and then they want to keep going back and forth with you. And then it's almost like you gotta, like, at the end of like an hour, 2 hour confrontation, then you say sorry. And I'm like, blood, sweat, and tears at the end of it. And now you're saying sorry. But I love how Kandi just shut it down. I'm sorry. What else?
Yeah, and Sheree, like, I'm sorry, and what? And Sheree was like, okay, well, something I can really say. So I like that Kandi did that. That was one point I was like, oh, I like that. It wasn't because she was wrong. And I was kind of like, one of those situations, like if somebody did that to Kandi, she would have felt a type of way. And I was like, if I was Sheree and I'm thinking I was cool with Kandi, I don't know if I would still be cool with her in that sense. Like, I'll be looking at her like, side eye. Because if you and I, we cool, we talking, we whatever, and somebody says something about me negatively to you, say something negative to you about me, I'm expecting you to come and tell me like, oh, so-and-so said this about you. Not go and tell somebody else who go tell somebody, not the whole circle knows about it, but me.
Yeah, now is to see where they effed up at. Like, if you're gonna tell somebody, because sometimes I feel like when you're friends, you do sometimes like you do be like, girl, did you hear what so and so? If we all are like in a common friend group, like to me, I might mention it. We all friends. Like, girl, like, did you hear what happened with Farrah? Like, she not paying her assistant, and then I might bring it up to you later. But
then we wouldn't be cool.
No, but if we all in a friend group, we all are mutual friends.
Nah.
We all are mutual friends.
No.
You never did that before when you friends with a group of people?
Yes, I'm a friend to a group. I don't have that many friends.
No, like like you have 3 best friends and all of you best friends with this person and you best friends with that person. Like all of y'all are, like I've had friends where like we all are like mutual best friends. So say before I get to speak to you, I don't get to speak to you. Maybe you at work, maybe whatever. I didn't get to speak to you, but I speak to so-and-so first.
You send me a text.
I don't think chat. Okay, but to me, it might, if we all are friends, it might come up. But in a way, the problem where I think Kandi messed up, where I would be pissed if it got out. Like, if it's between me and you, it shouldn't get out to the third best friend. Like, if it's between me and you, we best friends. Yeah, she best friends too. But let me get to that best friend. But let it be between us best friends first. And don't be telling the third best friend before I tell the third best friend. Let me tell her.
They all should be mad at each other. Sheree's mad at Kandi. Yes. Kandi should be mad at Kenya. Kenya should be mad at Marlo. But my whole point is, if I'm a friend, that's why I don't have a lot of female friends, because all of this shit be going on. If I have a friend, and there's 4 of us in the circle, You hear something about me that you know that could ruin my reputation. You know it's about my money. It could, potentially be bad for me about business deals, whatever. I don't want you talking about the other friend, telling no other friend, and everybody know but me, and I'm the last person to know.
Yeah, I want to think
Sheree and Kenya are now kind of like still working on building a friendship. They had beef in the past. Let's not forget. They were friends for a pretty long time. So you're gonna go tell Kenya, and we all know how Kenya is. You know how Kenya is.
Yeah, see, I wouldn't did that part. But the other part, I know the comments down below gonna be like, yeah, you an effed up friend. What kind of friend are you?
Then they're right if they put that in the comments. Yes.
What I'm saying is you gotta know your friends though and know who you tell. You
see, this is what I do, because I like to gossip too, and a good gossip is a good gossip. I would tell the friend, and then I would call the other friends and probably tell them.
True.
But she would know first. See, it's not the fact that she told Kenya and she told Kenya. That was it. Kenya told Marlo. It's the fact that she didn't tell Sheree first. See, there's a difference. Like if I hear something about your girl, Lisa, somebody say you ain't paying your bills, you and I talk about it. I called the other girl. I just talked to Lisa because I told her somebody told me she ain't paying her bills. See, that's how you do it, because it's gonna come out anyway. So
that's true.
Once Drew's assistant or Drew brought it up to Kandi, you already know this is gonna come out. This is gonna be a topic. This is gonna be a storyline. So as a friend, I would have told Sheree, let her know what's about to happen, then call Kenya and tell her.
Okay, yes, I would do it in that instance if you're on the show. I'm not gonna be telling coworkers and stuff like that. No, it would be between the best friend group. That's my disclaimer. It would be between the best friend group. But if I was on a show like that, yes, in that case, like you said, cameras are watching. I'm not going to be doing the bone collector thing, telling the bone collector where the bone collector, no, she didn't tell the bone collector, but whatever.
Kenya chattermouth who want to talk about somebody's business, and who she going to go tell? Marlo. And another thing for Kenya, Kandi told you, but you went to tell Marlo. You didn't even tell Sheree yourself. No one went to tell Sheree nothing. I mean, it came out when Drew mentioned it in that Brooklyn's baby birthday party, but they all knew and no one said anything to Sheree. So it's kind of like, what kind of friends are you? And I was surprised. It seemed like she's a loyal friend, so I was kind of surprised she did that to Sheree.
I would, but to me, I feel like I'm just thinking about it in like another perspective where I'm thinking like, I probably wouldn't, like I was saying, I don't know if I would think about it like, I gotta call, this person first. I gotta call Sheree first. Like sometimes, like if I know you at work or whatever, you might be busy. And let's say in that instance, so-and-so calls me. Kenya calls me. So I might just like, guess what, girl? Like if you call me in that instance, and what's funny is, we're gonna get into that, but Sanya said the same thing happened with her. It was in that instance where, remember when Drew picked up Sanya when Sanya got into the car accident?
Yes.
Remember, they're not friends.
How did not friends? I thought they were friends and Drew brought Sanya into the show.
No, but they beefing now. So the beef is that Sanya's basically saying they still getting to know each other. They're not real friends. So
they brought her in. They just used Drew to bring her in. Okay, one of those.
Yeah,
things.
She was just saying they went out 2 times. They really not friends. They just getting to know each other.
But they needed her to come through somebody. Okay.
Basically, so they questioned Sanya about that. Like, wait, y'all not friends? But you called Drew when you got into a car accident. You would only call like your best friend, your mama, your mother, your man, your husband. You called Drew when you got into the accident. So she said, I just happened to be on the phone with Drew right before the accident happened. So it was just natural for me to just redial and tell her, girl, I got into the accident. So she was basically saying like, so that's what I'm saying about the friendship thing and me kind of like being
That's different. You in a car accident, you're shook up. You just thinking the last person that called me, Drew probably was like, I'm at home. Maybe she's close by Drew's house. Her husband working. Nobody's there.
The same thing with the gossip thing. You might just call me before the best friend, before Sheree. You might call me before Sheree. So I might be like, girl, Sheree, did you hear what
you can't hold the good gossip? That's what you're saying. If somebody say you can't hold it, you gotta go tell somebody.
It's only between the best friend. I'm not gonna tell like somebody I'm working with, somebody that's an acquaintance that don't know Farrah. Like I'm going to tell within the best friend group. That if we all like this, ain't nothing wrong.
I don't think they're all like that. I don't think so. I think they just like, okay. Like, I don't think they're all buddy best friends. And again, I don't know how close Sheree and Sheree made it seem like Kandi should have told her, but maybe Kandi don't look at Sheree like, oh, we that cool. Maybe
That's
she's
what I'm
cool
saying.
of Marlo.
Okay,
maybe
so
she's
that's
cool of Marlo. I mean, not Marlo, Kenya. Like,
okay.
all right, I found that's about Sheree. We all right. We not that close. I don't need to tell her. I could tell my.
Okay, so that's the flip side of what I'm not saying, but kind of like saying the opposite side. Like, okay, let's just say we're not all friends, and then so and so just happened to call me. I might, if we all best friends, I might just tell the common best friend, like, girl, I didn't speak to Farrah yet, but Farrah ain't paying her bills. Like, I ain't gonna tell an enemy of yours. I'm just gonna tell the common best friend where we all, as long as I know. But if you're not really friends with her, we not cool like that, and you not cool like that, no, I'm not going to tell her. It's only if we are common best friends. And if we not,
I didn't want to tell my common best, like, let's say we are in a common friendship group. I don't want them to know. Maybe I don't want them to know. You could be in a group of friends and you tell two of the 5 friends something. You don't want the other 3 because there's always a catty one, another one who's a hater. Like, every group has one of those. So maybe I don't want everybody to know my business and I'm not paying my bill.
Okay, you're right. You're right.
I want it to be just between
listen,
us.
I'm not perfect, okay? I got things I need to work on.
Lord, don't tell Lisa nothing.
No, it's only common best friends, but like you said,
exactly.
You just gotta.
That's what the gossip is really good. You can't control yourself, but again, it's the loyalty and who you really consider friends.
Like, it's just like I said, it could be an emergency a rare situation where I'm trying to call you, you at work, you're not answering, you busy, and then the third best friend happened to call me within the meantime. Come on, girl. You know, in that instance, you might spill the beans if I'm not available at that time. And then the third best friend calls you in that moment of you trying to call me. You might mention it like, girl, Elise ain't paying her bills. Did you hear that?
First of all, now we get off topic, because if you my friend and you know me and you know how I do business, how I pay my thing, and you're gonna go tell someone, oh girl, I heard so and so didn't pay their bill.
No, you hear it. No, see, I'm not gonna say you did or didn't. What I'm saying is, oh my God, you heard what's going on, what's going through the grapevine. Like, it's not me saying confirming it. It's me like, oh my God, you heard what's trending, like through the grapevine.
Come to me, please. Thank you very much. Come to me, and if you decide to tell other people, I don't care. But I know you told me first.
Okay, I'm not perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next scene after that is, they apologize. Sheree was basically like, I'm gonna accept it, but I don't know if it was genuine. But I believe that Kandi's apology was genuine. She just wanted to shut it down. I'll be like that too.
Somewhat genuine. That's what Sheree had said. I think it was. I mean, moving right along. The girl said you don't pay your bills. You probably don't pay all your bills. Okay, moving right along.
And if I know, like I said, like with you telling me, like, yeah, that's wrong. Don't tell me first. Like, I'm just gonna just fold. Like, you're right. Like, there's no excuse for spreading gossip or anything. Like, just like how Kandi said, just shut it down. That's it. Let's end it. I was wrong. Period.
Correct.
Sometimes when you're wrong, you just gotta admit to it. Like, there's a lot of people that won't admit to, like, they won't hold themselves accountable when they're wrong. Like, that's what the part I admire. What we're saying is like, Kandi just folded and said I'm wrong.
Next thing I think is when Marlo went at Kandi. Like, Kandi, you talk too much about sex. You remember Marlo said that to Kandi?
Did she? Why did she say that? How did that come about?
I don't remember how it transpired, but she went at Kandi. They had like a little back and forth when Marlo's like, "Oh, Kandi, you and those sex toys."
Yeah, the vibrating panties. You know what? When you mentioned that the last episode that we did about, I didn't really realize that she expected them. I'm thinking like she dropped off the invitations to the play and then she gave them vibrating panties or whatever. I didn't know I'm supposed to wear the vibrating panties around you and your husbands.
And then she said that, well, we're going off topic, but the panties, the remote controls any panty. So I don't want your man control my panties.
Exactly. That is so, to me, that's so inappropriate.
And I really like Kenya because it seems like she don't mess with that kind of stuff. Like she's like, I'm not doing that. Like I respect her for that. She's one of those people that she knows how to conduct herself.
Oh, Kandi or Kenya?
Kenya, when she's like, I don't want to be having your man control my panties, and Sheree didn't have them on, Marlo didn't have them on, which they shouldn't because they're single. Who the hell's gonna be controlling their panties? They shouldn't have those. I wouldn't even
do it if I'm married. Like that's disgusting. First of all, I would not want to, even if it's just us friends. Like I don't want you controlling my vagina and the stimulation of it. Like I don't want to be out and about.
I think it'll be fun if the panties and the remote go together. The thing is, she was saying because
with your friends, you think that's cool?
No. When Sonya was like, "Oh my God, somebody's controlling the panties." Oh my God, I don't know who it is. When she was on the bus, she was like, "Oh my God, I don't know who's my baby." Like that. I don't want that. But if it was like, oh, the panty matches the remote, and everybody had their own panties and remote, that is fine. I think that's kind of sexy and exciting. But if
with a group of friends, you want to be around me with your man, your husband, me and you are out together, and your husband is there, and he's controlling your panties, and me and my husband is here, and he's controlling your
panties.
So we all gonna be like, oh, like what are we doing?
But I don't think anything is wrong if your husband's controlling your panties.
So like we all, to me, we all together. What are we gonna just have an orgy together? Like you're controlling it?
No. It's not. It's not an orgy. It's just a little. It's not nothing where it might not even be that comfortable. It's not something that's gonna get you to. I mean, unless you, I guess, keep your hand on the remote. But I think it's the fun and the excitement. That's fine. I didn't like the fact when Kandi was like, well, the remote basically could control any of the panties depending where the panties are. That's why I was like, oh, wait a minute. Now, any husband could control anybody's panties. That's the part I didn't like.
Okay.
Each remote control the specific panty. I didn't think anything was wrong with that.
Part of, I don't even care if my husband is controlling it. I do not want to be around my friends and my friend's husband while he's controlling the stimulation of my vagina. I don't want him doing that, like around people. Like, so, okay, so we together and your husband's there, I'm there. And then he's zapping me, I'm there with you. And what? Like he's zapping it and I'm like, oh, Sarah, oh my God, he's zapping me. And then you, oh, he's zapping. And then what? We gonna like hug and kiss? Like, how does that work if we together and our husbands are there? Like,
they had it. I don't know what Kandi's mind went with her because Kandi swung both ways. Let's not forget. So I don't know where her and Todd was going.
The orgy, exactly.
I don't know where her and Todd was going with it, but I think it was more just for a little excitement. I think what threw off the whole thing was that you had single people. They control their own panties.
That too. That makes it worse with the single women being there and like you said, the panties are controlling others. So maybe Ralph would have been controlling Kenya's panties and Sheree's panties.
Yeah.
Who knows? To me, I don't even care if I'm single, married. I don't want to be around a group while I'm being stimulated. I'm not doing that. But we going to a play. We in a limo. And let's take the single women out. But as a group, I just think that's just, I'm not with it as a group. I don't want my man and your husband, my husband and your husband, like controlling our vaginas in a group setting with us, like the four of us.
I mean, again, I've never worn vibrating panties, so I don't know how the stimulation is. It's just like zap, or is it like what is it like? Is it like and I'm in pain? Like I don't know how it feels. So I don't know if it might even be something funny throughout the like I don't know. So,
now that you mention it, like with the zap, like maybe it was like you said a zap and not like
happen when you're not expecting it. I don't think it's even safe because I could be walking, I trip over. I don't know. I don't know what the hell Kandi was thinking, but that was a fail for me.
I'm thinking like, in my mind, I'm thinking like it's gonna lead to like an orgy.
Yeah, but how do you get orgy? How is an orgy coming out of it?
To me, we're in a group setting, and I'm like,
you go back to the room with your man. Not,
No,
yeah,
but
everybody let's
we're
just
going
do
to,
it.
remember, we're in the limo going to a play. So if we're in a limo going to a play, to me, it's already a group setting. So now you're trying to create the environment of an orgy. To me, that's what I'm thinking. That's why I think it's inappropriate. To me, you're trying to create like an orgy. Because now we're in a limo, we're dressed up, and you got us wearing you want us to wear vibrating panties. It's not even like we're in a setting at home. You want us to wear something. To me,
an orgy to me, everybody in the house.
But that's true. That could be an orgy too.
I didn't think orgy. I just felt like she was trying to do something different, fun, and sell her products or advertise her panties.
Because the way Kandi said it, I'm remembering now that you say that. Kandi responded, I think it was to a tweet or something, like when people were like going in on her, like, why would you think that people are going to wear vibrating panties? And she was saying it was a fun way of just like if somebody like does something out of line or says something stupid, then you just like hit it.
Yeah, I don't think it's something that I don't know everybody's vagina, but I don't know if it's something that's gonna get you dead aroused. It might be
but let's say I'm thinking about when I think of a remote and vibrating panties, I'm thinking as if a man is pushing it. To me, I'm not thinking of a zap like you saying. Like now I'm getting that. Okay, it's that. But to me, I'm thinking like you're pressing it and it's like, oh, like where it's gonna be. The way it goes on, it doesn't stop. You go on with it. And then it leads to what you're going to be doing while I'm getting aroused with my husband pressing the vibrating panties. Then maybe I might touch you. I'm thinking that's what she's thinking.
That's your dirty mind. Because I know me. I'm in a limo. I'm getting excited. I'm going home with my man. Nobody else touching me.
But we're going out. Remember, we're on our way to a play. We're going out. We're not going home. It's not the end of the night. We're going out. So I don't know. Is the orgy going to happen within the limo? That's what I'm thinking. Like she's trying to, I don't want to be a part of it. Whatever you're trying to do, I'm not putting on these, whether I'm with my man or single, I'm not putting on no vibrating panties. I think it's inappropriate.
On other people. I mean, I didn't particularly think it was a big thing. I just thought it was more of a zap. If I was there, she'd go, I probably would have done it. So I would have put in the vibrate, but they would have not been no orgy going on with me. I know that much. But again, Marlo kind of dug at Kandi. Was like, oh, you and your vibrated, you need to stop with all this sex toy. And she kind of went at her about like her and Todd having issues and not getting that much sex. I was like, oh, Marlo was going in.
Mm-hmm.
Kandi was kind of shocked too, like, oh, well, you need to get some. And I think Marlo needs to get some. She ain't getting a lot. Marlo seems very reserved when it comes to sex. Even when they talk about sex, she doesn't seem like the real sexual type. So whenever they talk about sex, she's always the one to be like, ugh, ooh. She's not really sexual to me. So I think she felt comfortable. But again, you got to think of the crowd. Like if you're doing sexual stuff and toys, don't have it if you have your single friends around because it's just tasteless to me.
Single, married, I'm not doing all that with my husband and us together. Right.
Well, Kandi's also trying to spice up her and Todd's marriage, considering she's not giving him any. But I think it all depends on the crowd. I see Drew seems like she's down about it. Sonya's new. Who was the other couples? Only 3 couples.
So we're going out on a double date. You will wear the vibrating panties with us going out.
I would have to see, like, again, the friendship, the type of person I know you are, your man is, I am. Like, we know it ain't gonna be no orgy. My man ain't into you. Your man ain't into me. It gotta be. We need to know each other before we start wearing vibrating panties. Like, I need to know the vibe.
I don't know about that. I don't like it.
Well, like I said, Kandi swing both ways. So she maybe in her head she felt like maybe things could lead to something else at the end of the night.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, I mean, that's what they did, but they didn't really stay on that. It was more so that Marlo made a comment like, Kandi, you need to stop with all the sex stuff. And
well, I'm pro Kandi that's her business, so I get it. Like to me, I probably would do it. I'm thinking like maybe Kandi isn't trying to think like the orgy thing happening. Like I'm thinking like to me it's inappropriate.
That's just you.
Yes. Let's say she didn't have a business and let's say I'm just giving us like, okay, Farrah, let's go out tonight. You think I want my husband around you getting aroused? Like, okay, but my husband gonna be seeing you getting aroused.
Arousal. It doesn't give an arousal to where you're like, whoa. Then again, I don't know. I mean, I'm just talking. Maybe I need to talk about it. Maybe I need to buy one and try.
That's what I'm saying. To me, the way I'm thinking about it, I don't know how your husband may be with the remote. He might go off with that remote and go in, like start zapping, and then you might be like, I don't want my husband around you while you getting around. I don't know what kind of face you gonna make. You might be, I don't know, enticing. I just would not want my husband seeing Farrah. I don't know where this may lead to. If your husband, I don't want your husband seeing me getting aroused with the vibrating panties. I would rather, if it is going to happen, I'm supporting your business. I would rather us girls going out for brunch or be in our house and we not play with each other, but just joke around with. To me, I could see it as like us girls in the house together joking around about it.
No, I wouldn't be in that party. I see it. You get in the panties. They use it at home when they on their date, one-on-one.
Exactly that part.
You should just not have. I feel like if she was gonna do a promotion like that, it could have been like a couples thing. Like, oh, I'm having a couples night. I mean, again, that was Kandi's way of promoting her product. I didn't think it was inappropriate. I just thought it was inappropriate when there's single people involved. That's where I thought it was inappropriate. Like, you're doing vibrating panties and there's 3 single women. Like, who's working their remote? They were like, that was the only thing. But overall, I guess it's the group that you're in. If women were, I mean,
I'm still sticking to. I do not want to be around.
So you would be the one who wouldn't wear panties, like
Sheree. Not with your husband there. Not to say like, listen. I know the comments of somebody might. You don't trust your man. You don't trust your husband. No, it's a man is a man. Like at the end of the day, they watch porno. They watch these things. I don't want my man seeing my friend as like, being aroused. I don't want to.
Depending on, that's the thing. We don't know if the panties are arousal or they're just like a zap. Kandi felt it was she was comfortable with them. They seemed they were comfortable because all the married people put on their panties. The single ones did not. But going back to what Marlo said to Kandi, she kind of like went at her and then brought her and Todd's relationship into it. And I was like, damn, Marlo's kind of going hard at Kandi now. And even being like, well, you and your man.
Oh, yes, they're having a Twitter beef now. Mm-hmm.
Yes. And I saw recently about Marlo saying how Kandi don't do nothing for the, for the culture. And then Kandi went at her. So they're going at it. Supposedly they had a beef. They said they got over it. Now they're beefing again. But Marlo, I guess, felt the whole shit was inappropriate too. But again,
I'm with Marlo and her being a fellow Aquarius. We see each other. So I understand what Marlo and Kenya is saying. I don't care who's around, whether I'm single, married. I ain't wearing no vibrating panties around. No, just me and my husband. That's it.
No, I think they did the right thing. I think so.
And then what do you think the next, I don't know if it was the next scene, but at some point, Kenya apologized to Ralph for going in too hard on him with Drew and like reacting and being triggered by their situation.
I think she did the right thing because I saw what happens live and Drew said she was like happy and thankful that Kenya did that because then Ralph heard it from another person's point of view. But I think Kenya did the right thing, apologize, because you don't know how the man took it. You don't know if he's feeling type of way. She didn't know Drew's feeling type of way. But I think she did the right thing, apologizing for going at him so hard. Mm-hmm. I think she did the right thing, and he accepted it. It was kind of like, okay, look, this is how I feel. I went through something. I probably went a little too hard at you because it was a trigger. It brought back memories. But, it wasn't something primarily towards you personally. It was more so me trying to defend another woman going through the same thing I went through. So I think she did the right thing. And Ralph was like, okay, he didn't seem like he took it personal.
Yes, I appreciated that. I definitely, because I would have done the same thing too. Like, it's like just to keep the peace and not have any awkwardness. Like, I don't know if you go home and you be like, Kenya, that bitch, why you let her come at me? Or, you can get into issues with your own husband at that point for allowing it to happen. So I would have appreciated that if I was Drew. And I think it was definitely big of Kenya too. I've been in that situation. It was like, I was still triggered, but let me apologize to keep the peace. So when I see you, we can be at peace with, the kumbaya.
Yeah, but I didn't really think Kenya said anything that bad, to be honest. But I see why, because she did come off
Yeah, and I think it could start a conflict with them too, and especially the way Ralph manipulates her and gaslights her.
Drew would have probably, if Ralph went and said, "Oh, you let Kenya talk to me. This is not her marriage. Why is she involved?" Drew would have flipped it like, "Yeah, that's true. Why?" And then it would have been. So I see why Kenya.
I think Kenya did it like to keep the peace between her and Drew, between Drew and her husband, and between all three of them when they're together. So I get that part.
What's the next scene?
Sanya talks to Drew.
Well, she went out with Kenya. They went out, and she was like, "Oh, well, I'm seeing Drews doing certain things that I don't particularly."
Yes, that's what she alluded to.
And then there was a scene when they were all together. I don't know, they were all together. And then Sanya went at Drew, kind of like, "Oh, I want to talk to you. Well, I guess I'll do in this group setting." Sanya was wrong.
No, but before that scene happened, remember they were all together looking up Drew's weight loss company before Drew came down.
Oh my God. That was it. I was sitting there like, that's embarrassing. And I am totally agreeing. First of all, Marlo is kind of like, Marlo and Kenya was looking at those. They're very like petty high school type kind of girls, like mean girls, like, "Oh, we can't find a site." Oh, they always trying to ruin people's businesses. But somebody come at their business. Oh my God. But I was looking at Drew on Instagram, and she was working out, and she and Ralph were doing all this workout stuff. And I did see changes in her body.
But maybe the lipo.
But I didn't know the girl had lipo. I was like, "Oh, look at this workout thing," because he's in good shape. I saw her body changing, and then months after, I found out she had lipo. But this is what I agree with. If you have and this is for any woman, if you had any surgery done, don't tell me how to get in shape. Tell me about what plastic surgeon you went to. Talk about your surgeries. Don't come and say, "Oh, this fitness got my tummy flat, my butt big." Like, girl, please, bye. Because I know you went to Blocked Miami and got your butt done, your tummy tuck, and everything else. Just let me know how much it costs so I can get the same deal.
But if we're friends, I would. If we're friends, I would tell you. Of course, I'm going to tell you if I got lipo or whatever. But as a business, like, I just feel like they did Drew so wrong as business-wise. Because
she didn't know shit. She didn't know nothing about what she was talking about. She ain't got no website. She didn't know anything she was talking about.
Cynthia, remember with Cynthia when Kenya was like, she's opened up a wine business. Cynthia probably never drank wine in her life or don't know nothing about wine. But don't put me on blast about it as my friend. Like, listen, I'm trying to get money. Like, shut up. Like, a lot of us get into businesses we don't know. Listen, I have a barbershop. I don't cut hair. So...
Yeah. But with Cynthia, Kenya was being very shady about it. And you don't need to know about wine to open a wine business. You get all the fancy wine, put it out there. You get somebody to know about the wine, that's it. But you talking and promoting and letting people believe that your body looks like this due to your fitness journey.
It's always a gimmick with businesses. No, that's all businesses. Everybody has their own gimmick as to making sales and making money. Like, I just think, like, don't put that on blast though. Like, I just felt like that was just grimy. Like you said, I would tell my close friends, like, but I think if it was me, and let's just say I got the lipo, I'm looking good, I'm feeling good, I got lipo. Listen, it's between me and you as friends that, I got lipo, but the world don't got to know I got lipo. I'm trying to get money.
They knew that she had surgery. They knew you had surgery. But everybody knew she already had surgery. So my whole thing is the world knows you had surgery. This is me. If you're promoting health, body, and everything else, your health, whatever regimen, your healthy regimen did not help you get to this shape. So now you have before and after pictures and letting these delusional women think, "Oh, if I work out like Drew did, I'll get this body." No, boo-boo. You won't, because she had surgery. No,
you don't gotta know all that. I just feel like there's so many different businesses out there. The tummy tuck tea. I mean, the tummy tea. All this stuff. People are not really using these products, these hair products. Everything out there is a gimmick.
No, I don't follow those people. I don't listen to those people. I don't. If I know you had surgery, and you did your boobs, your butt. So I'm not following your squats.
But they just didn't allow Drews to come up with her own, like, I just feel like you don't, okay, yeah, we all know she had surgery. She might have disclosed that, like, within that, but let me come up with my own, like, testimony. Like, they didn't even allow her, like, maybe, you know how she was saying, what Drew is saying is she had, like, endometriosis or some kind of endo.
She just wanted her shape back. Yeah, true, but I don't, what that have to do with having a tummy tuck? And
she had to get the cook out or whatever, like whatever was causing the endometriosis. It was something like that, endometriosis or something.
And
the point that I'm trying to make is, as my friend, if that's what I'm saying, they kind of put her on Front Street with the tummy tuck and all of that. Like, I just think they was just so, and this goes back to what
they were very mean. They kind of ruined her business right there.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I think it's a lot. That's why I think another person that might need to get fired is Drew. I feel like she don't got the backbone that the rest of them got. Like, she's like the rest of these housewives that's getting fired. Like, you have to bring it.
In a situation like that, what could she have said? They were right. I mean, when they started saying all this stuff, they were right. What the hell the girl's gonna say? She was trying to explain what she does. What the hell could she have said?
Again,
she could attack their business.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. This is where you make it interesting. Not me defending myself, telling you I got endometriosis, I got some uterus problem. I ain't explaining myself. This is where you go on the attack. Okay, and this is where
Kenya's hairline is actually doing very well. She has it in multiple places.
Wait, excuse me. The wig. Let's go on to the wigs. The wigs. Kenya's wig.
Well, we'll get to the wig, but at that point, you said attack a business.
Exactly. You're wearing a wig with a hairline business. I'm going to go in on the wig. The synthetic wig you're wearing.
They brought that last season when they mentioned about hair, but she still could do protective hairstyles. They're shooting all the time. She want to do protective hairstyles. We all know she got hair in her head.
I know, but this is where, okay, well, just like it's the same thing with Drew. Like, she supposedly she got it because she got endometriosis. I don't know maybe she do got it. How you know, like, she might got some intestinal problems, not gastric. She might have a colon. She might got a colon cleanse. I don't know. That's her excuse. The same thing with Kenya. She got a hair care line. She's wearing protective styles. She's protecting her hair because they whatever shoot. Same thing with Drew and her excuses. You got excuses because you got a hair care line and you wearing wigs. And you wearing bad wigs at that. That's where Drew will make it interesting. You cannot be defending yourself.
Drew, but you gotta think, Drew cannot go against Kenya now. Now, she said that Kenya would have tore her another asshole. She can't go against Kenya. So she did the right thing, shut her mouth. They brought her all the facts, all the receipts. Your website's not good. You got issue. You don't, you had surgery. You trying to promote all this healthy eating, workouts. You didn't get your body by doing all that stuff. If she wanted to do anything where it came to like health fitness, let her husband do that. Promote it, that because he has a body in the shape. Drew, sorry, not to shame anybody. I know I'm going to hear comments about she's SpongeBob. The world had a SpongeBob shape. She did surgery. Now she got a little bit more shape. You're going and promoting working out, eating healthy to look like this. That's what I'm thinking. Or is she just doing it to promote healthy eating? My whole thing is, if you have surgery, don't do this as a business.
No,
I know for me, I'm not gonna follow you because in my head, let's say I got a big belly. I'm following Drew. I'm doing all the workouts. I'm eating healthy, and my belly's not going down.
That's not my problem. See, this is where the business tactics come in, where the business-minded person come in. Listen, it's about getting money. Whatever my gimmick is, maybe I got lipo. You don't need to know all of that. But where Drew messed up at, where she don't got the backbone that I would have had, you still gotta go, huh?
The fact that she told everybody, maybe she should have kept that a secret.
What you do is you admit to like, yeah, I got a little tummy tuck because of the endometriosis, my uterus problem. I had to get my uterus out or whatever. And while I got the uterus out, they might have took a little bit of lipo, whatever. This is where the gimmick part comes in. You make it seem that you had to get the surgery. It was emergency. I had to get this colon cleanse. I was getting colon cancer. They all say that. All these businesses be lying. So I had to get lipo because of the colon. So now that I got the colon out, the colon cleanse, I lost a couple of pounds. You don't say lipo. You got the colon out, and he might have took some fat with the colon. So within that, okay, I'm still working hard. Me and my husband out here, we in the gym. And this is how I got this body, because it wasn't the lipo and the colon detox.
Well, that just me. I want to see somebody who didn't have any surgery with the 6-pack so I could follow that. Would you go sign up for Drew's thing?
I wouldn't, but my point is, I wouldn't. But what I'm saying is, this is how you get money. You don't let me know that. That's what I'm saying. That's what they did Drew wrong. They put her business. How we know that Kenya?
But Drew already put business out. They didn't say anything I didn't know.
No, but they didn't allow. Like what I'm saying, they didn't allow her to say. Drew said she had endometriosis or whatever. She had whatever disease that is called. She did not get lipo. This is what Drew was saying. She didn't get lipo because she needed lipo. She got some endometriosis going on.
She had a mommy makeover.
Well, now she's saying she has some other difficulties.
Well, now they saying that because they put her business on blast. She said she had a mommy makeover. She said it. Somebody said she had a mommy makeover.
I don't know if she said it, but what I'm saying is that they didn't allow her to double down on I got uterus problems. Let me fix this. So get the lipo, get some fat out with the uterus.
And again, I don't know what this endometriosis thing is. What does that have to do with flat? I don't know. But Drew business right now is up.
Because of them. That's what I'm saying. They did Drew wrong, because with me, like I said, a lot of stuff that we purchase, we don't know what we're purchasing. You think Kenya might not even be using her hair products. She might be, that could be some kind of like snake oil in there or whatever she got mixed in there. We don't know. But for me, as her friend,
she always had beautiful hair. So that's what I said.
What I'm saying.
I don't buy a product.
And that's what I'm saying. So, but imagine me putting on Front Street, like, girl, you don't even use that. You wear wigs all the time. You don't even do your own hair. Like, I wouldn't want, but to me, that's where we're saying, oh, well, she's wearing protective styles. But underneath the protective styles, I wear my Kenya, more hair care or whatever. But what I'm saying is that, no, if I was Drew, what I'm saying is they need to know how to go into battle. To me, Kenya got a whole fake ass. And you're promoting stallion booty, stallion, whatever you had before.
Hey everybody, it's your girl Kenya Moore, and welcome to my Booty Boot Camp. I'm so glad you joined me for my workout today, because I'm gonna share all of my secrets on how to stay fit, fine, and fabulous at any age. I've got some signature moves for you, like the booty pop and the stallion kick.
Yeah, I would have went exactly. Yeah, that's a good point.
I would have went on that.
I forgot about the stallion booty. Yeah, why you don't stallion booty when you know you got a basketball booty from Dr. Miami? Yes.
That's what I'm saying. So when they coming at, this is what I'm saying, where you got to know how to fight with these women. You cannot be defending yourself. Oh, I got a uterus.
You need to be on that.
Oh my God, I would rip them to shreds. First of all, this is what I'm saying. I think they taking it like Drew is just not, she's defending herself about the uterus, the whatever. What I'm saying, they attacking her business. Like, the world don't need to know what my gimmick is. Like, we all got gimmicks when it comes to business. Like, we may not use our own products, but I don't want the world to know that. Like, but if the world does know that, now your business is going to suffer with mine. Now I'm talking about Kenya Hair More Care or whatever it's called. I'm talking about Sheree not paying her bill. I'm talking Marlo, who sleeps with men, and you talking about my business? Like, how dare you? Like, oh my God.
I think she lost a lot of whatever she has subscribers or members that night.
Exactly, because of these women.
Yeah, they really brought her. I was like, oh my God, they really turned that woman's, her website wasn't working. You could tell she was very nervous though. Like, oh shoot, like they really called me out on this. She didn't stand or explain her business or seem confident about it. It was one of those wishy-washy businesses, like, this shit don't sound right. It was one of those, like, I was like, She did not represent her business well at all. She might as well just go out of business at this point.
And that's what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying about the backbone. Like, you have to be able to stick up for yourself, stick up for your business, your family, everybody at once. Don't go in defense, because now when you seem too defensive, it seems like a gimmick. Like, it's just like,
gimmick, though. It is.
Now we know, but if she would have stood her ground and had a backbone and went on their business, this is where they would have retreated. They would. This is why you got to go in on these bitches, because when you go in on them, they retreat. They know they roll. They know they're gonna back up. They're gonna back up off. We ain't gonna go far with my business and my gimmicks about getting, like, lipo or whatever. They would have laid off of her. They wouldn't have went far, because once you start evening the playing field, people know not to go there. They would have stood. They would have stood back. So that's what I'm saying. Drew did it. She kept defending herself. So now they asking more questions. Now she's digging deeper.
She gave them too much info.
That's what I'm saying.
It was like a whole thing about her business. If she had shut it down from the beginning, they wouldn't have said anything. But again, it is very gimmicky. I saw some of the workouts even before. I'm like, what the heck is this? I mean, I don't think it's a profitable business anyway. So maybe she don't even care. Maybe she's like, well, I'm not making money off of this anyway. So
I thought you didn't watch. You don't watch. I meant to send you the link on Speak on It with Kandi, because after the episode goes on, it's kind of like Watch What Happens Live. Kandi has a Speak on It, and Sanya was on there. That's what I was saying about what Sanya said about picking her up, and when they was already on the phone. Yeah. But basically, they was kikiing about Drew, and they were saying that with Drew's business, she should have just said that she's really just the face of the business. Kind of like if me and you want to have like a fitness line and we don't have the following, we don't have the celebrity status. So what we would do is call up Drew and be like, listen, Drew, I'm gonna open up a business and I want you to be the face of it. That's what they were saying that Drew is doing. She's basically the face of the business. It's not her business. She's the face of the business, but she's pretending, there's silent people behind the scenes. So that's the scoop. That's the inside scoop.
Spokesperson, I'd tell you that much.
If I was that person that owned that business, I would be like, listen, I'm breaching a contract. You ain't getting paid. It's over.
Yeah, she messed up that whole business totally. She didn't represent well. The website for some reason wasn't working.
Did you see when she called the person? Remember when we on the episode, and she was in the confessional and she was with the executive producer. And when they said that, what is the price or whatever it was?
Yeah, she didn't even know.
The person she called up didn't even know.
I mean, I want to know what the website is. I was going to try to go on there too to see what the hell this was, but I didn't know the website. No, this is a negative. You're a total fail. Think of a new business venture.
She messed up. I just feel like she didn't grow a backbone, go at them. Now the person whose business it really is like sinking. I would be so pissed off that I'm paying a spokesperson who now didn't stick up for the business and now is failing.
That's exactly what happened. Oh, so now it's not her business. The way she's making it seem it is.
That's what Kenya and Sanya said. They was basically like, why didn't she just say it's not her business, that she's the face of it? Why didn't she just say it?
So they must know that.
That's it.
She wants to think she has a business. That's why she wants them to think she has a business.
I don't think she wants them to think. I think that's what she's getting paid for. Her business.
Exactly, but she didn't say that on the show. She wants them to think it is her business.
But that's what it is about. Like, you can't let nobody know, because that's what's going to sell the product. If I'm selling it as a celebrity, so I can't say that's what our contract is binding me to, because I'm trying to sell your product and do good with it by me being the face of it. So let's not let anybody know.
Be fired from that. They need to get a new spokesperson, not her.
I would be pissed.
That was not a good way to sell that business. That didn't make it. Like, if someone didn't know about it and they were like, oh, watch Housewives. Oh, let me go see that. No, that was not a good way to promote that business. And it's sad that Kenya and Marlo did that to her. It was mean. It was pretty mean. That's what I'm saying. Was trying to get paid. So why would you do that? Even if you felt that way, at least after the cameras off, like, girl, what kind of business is this? Like
I would never put that up. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I just wish that Kenya would have like stood up and just attacked them. Like, I just feel like
Drew should have stood up.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Yes, Drew should have stood up and just attacked all of them. Like, look at all these people who's talking about me and my business. It's not even like it was Kandi. Like, Kandi, yeah, she, like, I wouldn't be able to attack her because she has, like, legitimate businesses. But Kenya, Marlo?
Was Kandi there? I can't remember. Was she there when they were discussing Drew's business?
I remember. I think it was three of. I think it was Sanya. I think it was Sanya, Kenya, and Marlo. I
think Kandi was there too, but I don't remember saying anything. I think it was the whole group that was there, but I don't remember them really saying. I can't remember what they said. They said anything, but either way, that was not good. Not a good look for Drew at all. And she doesn't say that she was knowledgeable about the damn business either. Like, you're the spokesperson. You should know everything about the damn business.
Poor Drew and that spokesperson. You're in our prayers. Over the scene where the celebrities they slept with. You see that?
I mean, I was just like, oh, Kandi had a thing with Gerald Levert. That was it. I mean, no one said anything else, right?
No, LeBron James.
That's what she was talking about. She didn't say. Drew never said
they bleeped it out.
They bleeped it. So we don't know.
No, we know it was LeBron she was talking about. And supposedly he made a statement like that, an indirect statement. But it was him because remember they said, well, it was a king of basketball. And then you could hear you probably didn't hear it because it wasn't like beep. It was kind of like a subtle like edit. They took his name out. But it was funny to me how they put in the other name. They put in Gerald Levert. They put in Gene Simmons for Marlo. They put in
Gene Simmons? Oh, the guy from Kiss, I think. What else is that?
Yes.
The white guy. Which we don't even know if that was true. Kenya didn't say anybody. Who did Kenya say?
Prince.
That's a lie. You believe her?
I don't believe her, but she did. She insinuated. I don't know if they bleeped him out too, but I know she said Prince.
I mean, the man's dead, so of course I could say Michael Jackson. He's dead now, so what else?
Can you be straight up making up lies?
Yeah, if it was the one with the cave, having sex in a cave and all this other stuff.
Yeah,
coyotes. But with Drew, then somebody was like, "Well, wasn't she with Ralph since they were in high school?" So I was like,
And he made a song about. No, she made a song that he sang every before the practice. He made a.
But I think Kandi in the confessional said Drew and her husband have been together for years, like since they were in high school. So when did she meet this so-called LeBron James guy?
Exactly. And he's singing songs about you. I got to look up to see, they said he commented and said girl, stop. He said something in response.
That's a lot. Next. She should have said Derwin from the game. That's what she should have said.
I know.
No, next. I don't believe it.
But I think they knew what time it was with LeBron and his wife. They bleeped that name out real quick. Even on Watch What Happens Live, they kind of they know not to say his name. It's like they saw it. They said everybody else's name, Gene Simmons, this person, that person, but they ain't saying no LeBron.
I was on Melrose and we were at a restaurant and a certain king of the NBA took me over a drink. Oh. So we asked him. No, this was before married. We went on a couple of dates. He flew me to his games. He would listen to my music before his games. All them games he was off of my music. I'm just saying.
That's true. You're right. They knew Joe. But Drew didn't say it. Somebody else said the name though. Drew never said who it was. Someone else said,
No, she did. They bleeped it out.
She didn't say it. Someone else said,
yeah.
Somebody, I don't know if it was Todd or something. Somebody else said it. Is it? And then said the person's name. Drew never said who it was, though.
And then you remember Kenya said, yeah, she never did. But remember Kenya, that's when you know she was the king of basketball. And then Kenya was like,
child, Drew was talking about Laquan. Y'all just heard it wrong.
She ain't talking about no, LeBron. Yeah. But they bleeped that part out. She was like, she's talking about Laquan.
Kenya's so shady.
They all lying.
I don't believe it.
Except Kandi with the Gerald Levert, because she got receipts.
Yeah, I didn't know that about her and him and Kandi, but that was not a big deal. That conversation was not even a big deal.
Yeah, it wasn't, because they was majority of them were lying.
Yeah.
Okay, well, like you said, the Sanya and Drew.
I think Sonya was wrong to confront her in the group setting. Like Drew was saying, well, we were in the makeup room, and then Sonya was like, "Oh, there was people there." You could have talked to Drew about this some other time. I think Sonya was just trying to make a scene for herself. You could have talked to her about this somewhere else, even though it would have been a scene on an episode. It didn't have to be in a group setting. It could have been like on one-on-one with them. It was like, why you bring, like, Drew was like, I would have had the same face, like, what? Why you bring this now? We talk, we cool, and now you bring this up in front of the group. To me, I didn't think it was necessary.
In Sonya's defense, not in her defense, but I'm just playing devil's advocate of what she said on Speak On It with Kandi.
Oh, I didn't see that.
She basically said that when she tried to talk to Drew beforehand, and they did show, remember they panned the camera to when they were getting their makeup done in the room? She had like 50 people in the room. So it was kind of like,
why does Drew have all these damn people? She's not no big celebrity.
Exactly. She's like,
entourage for what? How's she paying all of them?
That's what, isn't that what Sheree or one of them said? Like, now I don't know about the payment arrangement, but she got like 50 assistants.
For what?
Makeup, I don't know, but they was all in the room together. Remember the editors? They counted it like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, I have no idea. But Sonya's basically like, I didn't have time to talk to her because she had so many assistants in the room. So that's her defense.
Okay. But you wanted to do it in the group when the cameras were rolling. Okay.
And then I still don't think
the problem again.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, I still don't think she had an issue. Like, I feel like Sonya needs to be fired too. Like, she's another one. Drew and Sonya need to go.
She was just saying she didn't like the fact that she put her hand in Sheree's face, and she don't like the way Drew handles certain things. But what's the problem? Like, girl, you're trying to look for something. Like, you're trying to find beef with somebody, and you think you could do it with Drew. Like, oh, who's the weakest link I could go at? Drew.
Exactly. That's what I always think. Like, I feel like that's why I feel like she don't got a backbone. Like, because they pick like the weakest link to go after, and Drew happens to be that. Sonya is not gonna go. She's a newbie, so she's gonna pick the weakest link, and she's not gonna go at nobody else. If you really want to substantiate yourself,
go after
which she should.
Huh? She shouldn't go after anybody at this point. Who else she should be going after?
I think if you want to keep that check coming, and you want to be like, if I'm a hustler, I'm coming at the big fish. I'm not going at the low-lying fruit or whatever, the little fish. No, I'm going at the big fish, and then I'm going to substantiate my existence, and I'm going to keep this Bravo check coming. I just think what Sanya's doing is so lame.
It can't be too fake. She can't just, boom, go after Marlo and Kenya. Like,
what she's doing with Drew is so weak.
Well, she's using the fact that you put your hand in Sheree's face, the whole assistant thing. She's trying to pick at straws, and that's what she's gonna use. Like right now, her and Kenya seems like they're getting along. She doesn't really have any, unless she start going after Marlo's her fashion line show. It has to be seem a little realistic, kind of.
But it don't seem realistic to me what she's doing with Drew. To me, I would make it like an issue. I feel like that's what Kenya did when Drew first came on. Like it was like they was kind of making beefs with Drew, like her hair.
Yeah, for no reason.
Yeah, for no reason. That's what I'm saying. Like to me, I would flip the tables and I would come in like freaking guns blazing. Like I'm not gonna make an issue over like she's making an issue with Drew when it's really not an issue. Like my beef with someone else is none of your business. Like, let us handle it now. And then not only that, she apologized to Sheree about it. Like, you bringing up an issue you had a problem with. That's not your problem. Mind your business. Worry about me and your friendship and cultivating our friendship together. Don't worry about me and the next person or whatever. And then when she said on Speak On It, she was just basically like, she don't want friends that go after other people. That's not none of your business. Worry about me and you.
So if Sanya, she's probably weak herself, she should have. This is her opportunity to kind of like, if she wanted to stir the pot or not even stir the pot, but like make a scene and start some drama. When they were going at Drew's business, that's when she should have jumped in. But don't be talking about my friends. And that's when she should have, like, if she wanted to start beef with anybody to solidify her position, it should have been going at Kenya and Marla at that particular time when they were talking about.
But that's where Sanya was saying that she feels like she doesn't defend her because she's not a good person, supposedly. That's what she was saying. I don't know if she said it on Speak On It or did she say it in her confessional, but she was basically like, I'm going to tell you why I don't defend you. And this is the reason why I don't defend you and why I can't have your back is because I don't feel like you're a good person right now. So she was kind of giving excuses as to why she doesn't defend her.
She needs to go. Both of them need to go somewhere.
I agree. Like, I just feel like they just... I
think Sonya's looking to start trouble, and she figured I could go toe-to-toe with Drew. And the other ladies, I don't want any beef with them because they will rip me a new one.
Yeah, it's like she's picking on her, then especially the one that brought you in and the one that's supposed to be your friend of the show and that picked you up when you had a car accident. Like, you really gonna pick on me for that? Like, you really gonna like bring this up and and I'm having beef with these girls you don't even know? Like, to me, it just seemed like you kissing ass now. I don't like people kissing asses of other people, especially if you're my loyal. Me and you are supposed to be loyal. We're supposed to have each other's back. Whether we just met, I'm the friend that you know. Like, as opposed to them. So don't worry about me and our beefs, like with them. Like, what
about me and you getting along?
Yeah, you talking about me doing this, and then especially when I apologize to her, like, especially if I apologize and we made it right. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, if I'm not doing it too, don't worry about it. You don't know the history. You don't know what's going on. You just came in and now you're taking their side. Yeah, that was wrong. She was wrong.
That was crazy.
Drew, and I don't remember even Drew addressing it in a way like putting Sonya in her place. She was just like, what are you talking about?
I'll just give you a few examples because I feel like you're not understanding what I'm saying. So, I mean,
I don't understand.
Okay, well, I'm about to make you understand.
That's what I'm saying.
Totally confused, like I was like, oh, what the hell is she mad about?
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I just feel like they're not bringing that energy, like to match. They're not bringing that matching energy. Like, you talking about me, my weight loss company. Now you having jokes now you talking about you defending these people you don't even know that I brought you into the group.
So like you put your hand in Sheree's face. I didn't like that, right?
Like Drew, I don't like people that don't have a backbone. Like, that's why I don't like them.
Two winklings that's basically going at it. Drew and Sonya.
Yeah, I don't think Sonya's gonna last. I think she's gonna be gone next season. She should be.
Caribbean woman, that Jamaican to represent. You're failing right now. You get an F.
Yeah.
Right now she's not there. She needs to work on that.
Mm-hmm.
No.
And the next team, Tyrone.
You better call Tyrone. You better not call Tyrone. Girl, like, I'm not a fan of Sheree, and it's not like I don't like Sheree, but that was embarrassing.
Just so you know, Eric's on the phone with Drews right now, trying to hopefully get something.
What is the issue?
But what do you think about? Because remember, before she went to go see him, before he stood her up,
he didn't show up at the plate.
Yeah, to me that was already. That's what I'm saying. These women, and remember, she didn't like. It was almost like she said he's not coming. They left it alone. To me, I like details. Like, girl, why he ain't coming? What? Because it's 900.
They could always tell she didn't want to really talk about it. You could tell he's not coming because what she said, why he wasn't coming again. Something about his parole.
Even though he's allowed to travel, it's only a certain amount of miles, and we were right under. And he kind of just didn't really want to chance it. Where you at? At your other woman's house.
Okay, that's not
my man better still come. But he didn't want to risk it because it was still on the
borderline.
The borderline. Huh?
Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
No, it don't.
Would he not know this before she got there?
But first of all, if it's still within the 100 miles, I don't care if it's 99.9 miles.
No, you're gonna risk the man going back to jail to go to some.
Listen, if it's within the 100, I'm gonna make sure the person I'm gonna make sure that it's not over the 100 miles. If it's 99.9 miles, you better come.
No, my whole thing with that is he didn't know. He knew where this play was. He didn't tell her before, like, oh, babe, you know, I spoke to my parole officer and I can't come to the play. Why let the woman think you're coming when she get there? You saying you're not coming.
That's true.
If he can't come, he can't come. That's fine. Like if it's too close and you don't want to risk it, because you never know these judges, these black men. Oh, it's not. She may think it's 100 miles and that mile's 95. Like nope, it's actually 100. You don't know. So I understand him not wanting to take a chance.
I don't understand that. He better still come.
No, the man's gonna risk going to jail to see Candy's play. That wasn't my issue. It was him not telling her before. Like, you know,
maybe he didn't know.
Huh?
He might not have known. Like,
you don't know.
No, he knows. Like, say if you give me the address, I don't know. Maybe she didn't give him the exact address on Broadway where that. Maybe he thought it was 99. Maybe he thought it was like 90 or 80 miles or something. And then he got the address. He got all the other stuff. And then it ended up being like 95 miles from what she said. So I can see maybe, to me, it was still under 100 miles. You better get your ass out here. So that's
5 miles under. So he still could have made. But my whole thing is, how did he not know? Like, when did he find out?
That's true. I think he still knew.
You know you're going to play. Candy's play was scheduled. Everybody knew the date. Everybody knew the time with Bravo. Everything is in production. Everybody know when. I called Tyrone and be like, oh, babe, we're coming to this play. Find out if you can make it, blah, blah, blah. He's going to find out before I get there. Before I go tell everybody, oh, Tyrone's coming. So he led her to believe he's going to be there for her to tell everybody Tyrone's coming to the play. He calls her while she's there saying, oh, I can't come. If that was the case, she should have told the team, the group, like, oh, you know, Tyrone wants to come, but he has to check with a parole officer if he can come. She made it seem like she knew he was coming because of what he told her.
I was like, maybe, you know, you can still be on the fence about it and still change your mind. Like, he might have still been like, listen, okay, it's 90. Like, what I'm saying, I still want my man to get his ass out here. Like, I don't care if it's 99.9 miles, but maybe he was probably about it. Like, I'm coming. And then, you know, sometimes you're allowed to change your mind. Like,
when the parole officer said, I don't think you should risk it. This might not be a good thing for you.
Exactly. So it could have been where it was like, I think at that point, I would be forgiving at that point. If he can't make it,
next.
I would be disappointed.
Exactly.
But that last scene,
want to kind of like embarrass her even more. But that last scene, I felt bad for Sheree. At first, I didn't feel bad. Like, you dumbass. But then when I looked, I was like, yeah, she looks so sad. And then she was sitting in the cold, wait 2.5 hours.
I think once he wasn't answering his phone, once you're not answering your phone, I'm on my way. Like, to me, that's where the clock starts. I don't care if I'm coming an hour beforehand. Like, if I'm calling you on the way there and you're not answering, I still will come. But once I get there and you're still not answering, I'm probably will wait like 10 minutes because I don't know, maybe your phone died, but I'm not waiting past that.
She waited from what they said from the ending, like over 2 hours. Was it like 2 hours and 30 minutes? It was like a long time in the cold New York winter weather. For a man, Tyrone? No. That was embarrassing. Then she called Kenya crying.
So I look stupid as crazy as dumb as and I am trying not to cry because
oh, don't cry, Sheree. Don't cry, baby. Don't cry. Sheree, don't cry. Your instincts are for a reason. You said you were going to give this man a chance to show you everything.
Embarrassing. But I did like her and Kenya's friendship.
Yes.
I was like, oh, Kenya was very nice. I mean, Kenya's the type of person, she's very nice, but those are something later on, if she's arguing with you, she'll throw in your face.
That's where it goes back to the Aquarius vibe.
So
Me and
that's what I'm
Kenya see
saying.
each other.
I don't know if calling Kenya was the wisest decision.
No, I think it is, but this is where it goes back to what I'm saying. You got to know how to fight fire with fire. Kenya is that one, and I'm that one too. Don't come at me because I'm going to bring the same energy. I'm level on the playing field. I'm not gonna be a Drew, and I'm not gonna be like fizzling, and you're gonna just down my business. It's gonna stink. No, I'm coming at you. So, like you said, like I think. You do got to be careful with people like that because, but you also got to be careful too. Don't bring no nonsense to me because you should know I'm bringing that energy. Don't go there with me. So I do feel like Sheree, I think they have a good friendship. Like just stay in your lane and we're gonna keep it on a friendly level. Don't come out of that lane and think you're gonna come at me.
Yeah, I think Kenny did a good job as a friend that particular moment. Gave her some sound advice, but it was embarrassing. And it was on national TV. Sheree's all about appearances and stuff like that. So I'm curious to see how she handles it. But again, she didn't leave Tyrone. They still together.
No, they're not.
They're not together?
No.
She broke up with Tyrone?
They are not together.
Oh, well, then she did it all right. Good then, girl.
They did an interview with Tasha K. Wino. I don't know if you watched that podcast.
No.
Her YouTube, Tasha K. He was on there recently. He actually has a business now of like federal inmate like love match like with federal inmates.
Love after lockup?
Yes, something like that, like federal love after lockup. Because he was in federal prison, so he had like a business like that. So. He was basically saying that Sheree knew. Like, he said that was a storyline.
You lie.
That's what he said. He said that was a storyline. Like, she knew he wasn't coming. The producers knew. He said they made that whole story. They made that thing up.
She embarrassed herself on TV.
I know. That's what I'm thinking.
That storyline.
That's what he said. And then he had a lawsuit against Bravo too. He got 6 months ago. He has I don't know where that lawsuit is at right now. I'm gonna have to put that in here. But for mentioning his name and not getting paid, like he wants to get paid, he said that it was. I think they did pay him. Like he said, he made an appearance, and I guess that was him on the phone when she was like, "Look at Tyrone." They paid him for that, but I guess afterwards, like the mentioning his name and other storylines, he said he didn't give consent for that.
Oh, they broke up, so Sheree did good then. Then too bad.
No, but she wasted no. I don't think she did good. Like, to me, it's still like life is short. Like, she was with him since like 2014 or some craziness.
Okay, so no, I'm saying did good leaving him, but you know when she said, "Oh, I was faithful to this man all the time. He was incarcerated." What the hell's wrong? What is wrong with Sheree? You wouldn't be.
I know.
I don't understand. When she said that, I was like, "What?" Faithful meaning not having sex with nobody else, not dating, no relationship, and faithful to a man that's in prison.
And then supposedly he was like, they were celibate. Like when he came, like, I don't like, that's just, to me, if my man is in prison for like 10 years or whatever, and you coming out talking about you celibate and you not, like, to me, that would have raised red flags.
What made her think first of all, what made her decide to be celibate with the man? I mean, they were living in 2 different states, yes. But what made, and if she was so in love with him, why didn't she, I don't know if she was staying out there or not, but what made her think he was going to be faithful to her?
Because supposedly they had an agreement. That's what I'm saying. That just seemed like like she was being stupid. Like they had an agreement to be like wait for marriage or something.
Something wrong with Sheree.
That's what I'm saying. For me to even believe somebody who was in federal prison for years, like almost, I think he was in there for like a decade or almost a decade. And for him to come out and use, like, even if I do bring it up to you, like, oh, I'm not going to have sex before marriage. It would be a guarantee to me that he's going to mess around on me. Like, I know. And for him to even agree to that, I would know he's like, come on, where's the common sense? I would know my man is lying. Like, he's not going to be faithful to me, especially not him. A scam artist who was in prison, he's a scam artist.
And you're expecting to be faithful, but somebody's an idiot. Why would you not want to have sex with the man?
I mean, I can see the reason as to like you want to like get to know, like now you're out. Like this is on me playing devil's advocate. You're out. Let's not let sexual tension or whatever get in the way of things. Let's put that aside and get to know one another on an organic level.
But they were doing that when he was in jail, talking on the phone.
True.
That's the same thing they were doing because she wasn't like going on dates with him. He was in whatever, he was in Pennsylvania and she was in Atlanta. So it was like he was still in jail because all they did was FaceTime and talk on the phone.
That's true. I don't know who came up with that.
I don't know about jail. Maybe she wasn't getting FaceTime over there, but that was the same thing. So what's different in there? There was nothing different in their relationship. Unless she decided to visit him once in a while. She was able to actually visit him at his house or whatever.
That's true. Even visiting and you're not having sex with me, and especially like Sheree, I think she's so beautiful. Like for you to be able to, you're gonna resist this, or you like something ain't right. Like to me, it's like either you're gay or like you're cheating on me. Like I don't know what Sheree was thinking. Like you said, like that was just crazy.
She should have just leave the man alone. There's no way that, I mean, he's in house arrest, not his private parts.
Exactly. And you're not going to be begging me to come over so we can be like shacked up.
He'll get any woman to come over to his house or go 50 miles and get it. She's an idiot. He probably had another woman living with him anyway.
And especially when you locked up for being a scam artist, to me, I can't trust you. Like you already like scamming, you're dishonest. Like, I don't know. I wouldn't trust like a scam artist and being faithful to me. Like once you're a scam artist, like you scamming in all parts of your life. Like to me, that's a red flag.
He could be part of the show and kind of build his business.
I don't think so. I think he really did not want to be a part of the show. Like I feel like he could have been. No, but look at him. He stood a rob. Like to me, I would have risked it. Like going there, the 90 miles I had to take.
They made a fake storyline that she knew he wasn't coming.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like to me, like he said they made a fake storyline. But what I'm saying is that if he really wanted to be like a part of the show, I think he had opportunities to. Like he already told the producers and stuff. Like to me, I would have just came. I would have risked it. Like you got footage of Bravo. Like to me, I feel like. If he, like, say if it was 99.9 miles, like when you got producers like Bravo on deck and you got all of this, like to me, I would have the documentation that this is in fact 99.9. Like I feel like he has so much to go on to risk it, like where it wouldn't have been a big risk when you got a conglomerate like Bravo behind you and you're doing it for TV. Like I just think he could have like got some fame from it and he seemed to not want that. Like he could have, like they would have loved to have that on there.
Yeah, even her going to his house. She could have went to where he was, close by to where he lived.
Well, that's what she did do, and then she stood her up.
Right?
Yeah, she was in DC.
She went to DC or he was in Pennsylvania?
No, he's in Pennsylvania.
So yeah,
because DC would have been way beyond 100 miles. It was like, Pennsylvania.
For Jersey. That's where Kandi had her thing. Wasn't it in New York? Broadway,
no, it was in New York. I think it's on Broadway. I think it was in.
That's far.
It's not really that far though. It can be within. If you on like the borderline of Philly, I think like it could have been. No, I guess it would have been like just like she said, like 100 miles, like from Philly to New York. So maybe he didn't want to risk it. But for her to go there and you stand me up and I'm coming to you, that was just...
I'm happy they're not together. I thought they were still together after that. They're not together now. I don't know if he dumped her or she dumped him, but they're not together, so.
Yeah. And it seems like he is moved on, like he got his own business. He's promoting it. He was on the Tasha K Winos podcast, basically like with another guy and another girl, like promote. Wow. They had like some kind of like single meat market type of thing going on. So they didn't show up, but you could tell, you could hear the noise in the background, and you could see that she was there, like in like at that, like basically he was like, listen, come in, I'll give you a little interview, just come on in and this is it. And so he went to the side, they had the interview. He did like only like 15 minutes, but basically they're not together.
Let me find out this is gonna make me more profitable than She by Sheree. Oh my God. Well, he's a hustler. I mean, hopefully he's not doing a business that's a scam. I mean, how is this a business? What these people are dating, they gotta pay him. It's like a dating app.
I know. I don't know the specifics behind it, but I know he started. I don't know what avenue he's going with this.
Well, we'll wait and see. I mean, I'm just happy she's not with him. I thought they were still together after that scene.
No, I would have known, like, to be with somebody after that. Like, she was vulnerable in that stage. Like, to make me, I just feel like once you make me cry and embarrass me like that, I just feel like there's no coming back from that. And then you don't see him in the next episode, like the previews and the trailer. Like, you don't really, like, I would, at least if I'm gonna forgive you, you need to be coming in, flying in with flowers, like a ring.
He can't do that. He can't leave the house. He can't leave and go to Atlanta.
He better do some making up, and we don't see that, so they broke up.
I gotta wait to see what happens next episode. I can't remember what the trailer was for the next
I know,
episode.
that's what I'm like. I was just thinking, and I was like, I think the trailer is basically, I think we're gonna see Sanya.
Yeah, something was said. I remember there was something when Kenya and Marlo and Kenya was like, that's what I said to you, or something. It was Kenya, Marlo, and Kandi.
Yes.
For a preview, something happened.
Yes, that's where the beef is really gonna unfold between them, and that's where they is like at a point of no return.
Oh, with who?
Kenya and Marlo. Because now they kind of got a little simmering beef where you can see they're going at each other.
Oh, they're not talking now?
No. And they do not like each other.
I know Marlo was on the Wendy show and mentioned that Kenya's jail, she had her peach.
Yeah, but
so nobody's talking to each other then.
They are not talking. They was being friendly in the beginning. They started to like develop a friendship, but something unravels on the show. I think it's going to happen starting next week where they're not going to be friends. After that, it's going to be like this ain't happening. We tried and it's not.
I'm not surprised. I think Marlo's coming in like just arguing for everybody and making sure that I got my peach here. I am bitches.
Yes.
She's going at Kandi. She got issues with Kenya. I don't know if anything else with Sheree. So she's doing her thing. I like Marlo. They needed her on the show.
I think so too. I think so too. And they know like she gonna bring it. Like I just feel like she's also that one that's gonna fight fire with fire. She gonna level that playing field. I'm all for that. You go low, I go lower.
Yes. Her and Kenya, I think they're great at going at it.
Yes. So we gotta watch out for next episode, and that wraps up that whole recap and review of
Real House of Atlanta.
Yes, Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Yes.
Until next week, when we review next week, hit that like button, like we said, subscribe, and we will see you again. Yes, next episode.
Bye.
Toodles.
Toodles.